we go. Now we got EA, we got Ubisoft, two great press conferences. Got to run you down, let you know what was announced, what I thought. So first of all, EA. Of course, EA, you're not really expecting too much, same sort of stuff every year. There were some nice surprises though. So they started off with a teaser trailer for the new Mass Effect game, which is called Mass Effect Andromeda. Now, I'm not a Mass Effect fan, don't like the series, not my thing, but for all those Mass Effect fans out there, you're going to be really chuffed about that, I'm sure. So that'll be coming, that's going to be really cool. Then they showed a new Need for Speed. Now, Need for Speed Most Wanted on the Xbox was my favourite, that was great. Other than that, not a big fan of the series, but it's okay. But what they're doing this time, they're going to take all of the Need for Speed games, take all the best elements of the original games and put it into this new game. Now the thing that blew me away was the gameplay. It's absolutely ridiculous. This was pre-alpha footage, and the one thing I'm taking away from E3 this year is the graphics going forward are going to be so super lifelike, it's unreal, like you've never seen. Need for Speed, the bloke before they put the demo up said, oh, you're going to get, this is where you're going to watch this, and it's going to be one of those where you don't know what's gameplay, what's reality. And I thought, yeah, okay mate, whatever, marketing buzzwords. Puts the demo up, car goes bombing down the street, and you can just about work out that that car is a video game car. But the environment and the street and the shops and everything on the street, it looked like reality. I have never seen anything like it, and this is pre-alpha footage, so we've got a long way yet to go yet. Absolutely incredible. Whether you like Need for Speed or not, just watching that is just absolutely superb on a visual front. Really quite impressed with that. Don't know if I can actually play the game myself, it's not really my kind of thing, but yeah, as I say, Most Wanted was my limit, but very, very nice to look at. So then they had Star Wars The Old Republic, Knights of the Fallen Empire, which is coming out on October 27th. Not something that really appeals to me, but if that's your thing, cool. Oh, and Need for Speed comes out November the 3rd, by the way. Right, then they had a game that I'm going to save, I'll talk about that in a minute, because that was a very special moment. They had Plants vs Zombies Garden Warfare 2 again, just like Microsoft, only with a proper gameplay. Yeah, it looks okay. Then the usual EA Sports, so you got NHL, NBA, you've got Madden NFL 16. Yeah, they look good, they just look like all the sports games. We'll be honest, the sports games are probably the least impactful graphically. I thought the visuals, usually the sports games are the ones that stand out and you go, wow, they look like human beings. They don't seem to have moved on that much in the latest game, in the 16 games. They just look really nice, but they don't seem to be anything better than what I saw when the Xbox One and the PS4 came out. And of course, you know, being sports games, the main thing is not really the visuals, it's more about the strategy and the different options that you get as a player. And as a long-term player, you will see the advantages. So yeah, I'm not a sports guy, so it doesn't interest me. Then there was a mobile game called Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes. They didn't really show anything, they just talked about it. And a Minions game as well, which I didn't really care about that either. Oh, and there's FIFA 16 as well, to be expected, obviously. So you've got football, hockey, American football, and you've got basketball, the usual stuff. Then they showed Mirror's Edge Catalyst, game I've been really looking forward to hearing more about. I'm a big fan of the original Mirror's Edge, one of my favourite games of last gen. And I must admit, the demo they showed, short as it was, did look fantastic. Looked a lot like the last game, but very much upgraded visually, beautiful looking game again. They did say with this one that there's no levels and no loading screens. It's going to be a completely open world that you can just parkour around, which I really like. I just want to see how that's going to work narratively, how they're going to actually move the story on by doing that, because otherwise you're just going to be running around the world, jumping around rooftops, and you're not really going to progress the story. And this is supposed to be the origins of Faith, so I'll be interested to see how it actually works in campaign. But nonetheless, it does look fantastic, and it's more of the same really, but better graphics, probably tighter controls. You know, so they would have just basically gone back to basics. So if you're a fan of Mirror's Edge Catalyst is definitely one to keep an eye on, which you probably are. Okay, so the last two games, the one I didn't talk about earlier, was the game that really blew me away at EA. Now EA, as we all know, you're usually just going to get a load of sports games and you're going to get Battlefield. And that's pretty much it. They don't really push themselves, EA. They like to play it safe. They had a game tonight called Unravel. I have never seen such a beautiful, adorable game like this. It's incredible. It's made by a team of 14 people, and it's a platform game with the most unbelievably stunning visuals. You have to see the trailer. I am going to put links down below in the description of this video from all the trailers, so have a look. But please check out Unravel, it's fantastic. It's a little character like that, little red character called Yarny. A little character made out of yarn, just like Yoshi's Woolly World. But in this game, when you travel around the world, your yarn becomes loose and it comes away from you, and you can use it to traverse different platforms by swinging, and it just looks absolutely beautiful. It's just like one of those games that you could just sit back and completely lose yourself in. I was really, really impressed. Such a charming little game. Not at all something I'd ever expect to see at an EA press conference. So Unravel is definitely one that's on my to buy list. Brilliant game. And then the last game that EA closed their press conference with, the big one that everyone was waiting for, Star Wars Battlefront gameplay. I was absolutely gobsmacked when I saw that game. I saw the original trailer, I don't even know if it was like maybe a year or two ago now, and it was really cool, but it looked like a big CG job. Didn't really look like that was going to be what the game looked like. My God, if you've ever played Shadows of the Empire on N64, they showed a multiplayer gameplay today, and it was based around that area. I don't know anything about Star Wars because I'm not a fan of Star Wars. I've always said I'm a Star Trek guy, I don't do Star Wars, but I love the video games, always have done. And it's the battle where you've got, I think they're AT-ATs with the big things that are walking around, and you've got the ships flying down, you tie the rope around their legs, and they got all that, and they've got the guys on foot, you've got Luke Skywalker running around with his bloody lightsaber, but the visuals were just absolutely phenomenal. I've never seen anything like this. Game looks incredible. I mean, that's the multiplayer, and traditionally multiplayer is weaker graphically than the actual campaign, so if the campaign is going to be better than that, I cannot wait. I cannot wait to play Star Wars Battlefront. I was so impressed with that game. Really, really, really awesome. And I'm really chuffed to play that. It's going to be amazing. So definitely go and check out Star Wars Battlefront, guys. You're not going to be disappointed. It's amazing. Next up, Ubisoft. One of my favourite people to watch for a press conference. Always really fun. And Ubisoft just make really interesting games that I always enjoy. So their first game they opened the show with was a surprise, not to be expected at all, to a South Park, The Fractured Butthole, which is obviously a follow-up to their previous game, and The Stick of Truth. I didn't play that game, so I'm not an RPG player, but I love South Park, and the trailer's not really, really funny, so I highly recommend checking that out. If you're a fan of Stick of Truth, obviously you'll want to buy this game as well. Then they talked about a brand new IP, a game that looks really cool called For Honor. Now this game is sort of a King Arthur, Knights of the Round Table game where you can have multiplayer battles with loads of players on the field and loads of sword play, shields. Really, really cool, beautiful looking game. But the coolest thing of all is that if you ever played Barbarian from Palace back in the day on the 8-bit and 16-bit computers, you'll love this because you can chop people's heads off. So I was sold when I saw that. I was like, that's my kind of game. Absolutely awesome. Can't wait to see more from that one. So that's called For Honor. Looks awesome. They announced The Crew Wild Run, which is a expansion pack coming out on the 17th of November. I actually forgot The Crew had even come out, so there you go. Trials Fusion also has an expansion pack coming out on the 14th of July called Awesome Level Max, which was insane. They got this crazy trailer with I think it was a cat riding a unicorn that breathes fire. It was just mental. I was like, what the hell has that got to do with Trials? Crazy stuff. Then they had The Division, which is a game that obviously quite a few people are looking forward to. Me in particular, I can't wait. Really cool. It's set in the dark zone this time. Very moody demo. Very, very cool. The game just looks better every time I see it and makes me want to play it even more. And it's definitely one of those games, being a squad-based game, you need to have a tight-knit set of friends. I wouldn't play that with randoms online. Now, I want to get people off YouTube who I'm good friends with that I can just sit back and play that together, operate as a team, because it just looks fantastic. It really is the kind of game that inspires me to actually want to play multiplayer, because the traditional multiplayer, the Call of Duty stuff, I just have no time for that at all. But this kind of like making a team, sticking together, working out a strategy, that's my kind of multiplayer, and that looks great. And they also announced a date of release for The Division. Finally, The Division is coming out 8th of March 2016 on all platforms. Fantastic, can't wait for that one. Then they announced a game called Anno 2205, which seems to be some kind of SimCity type title. Didn't really show too much about it, so I can't really talk about that one. Just lost my place. Where are we? Hang on a minute, getting confused with my notes here. What am I doing? Yeah, that's right, okay. Then they had Just Dance 2016. Just Dance don't care. Then they had Rainbow Six Siege, the new demo for that. Multiplayer demo. They had 4 guys on the stage breaching a house, taking out terrorists. Absolutely superb. You really want to see that because it's so cool, so intense. I can imagine if you've got a really good group of friends, just like The Division, it could be an amazing title to play. You know, the strategy elements, you know, as they were playing it, they was like telling each other what to do. There were guys breaching the one end, one going through a wall, one going through a door, using probes to find out who's in the house, where the enemies are, how they're barricaded. It was really, really cool. The destructibility of the environment looked great. I mean, it looks like a really, really fun title. And Rainbow Six, the beta starts on the 24th of September. Then there was a game called Trackmania, which looked to be some kind, apparently it was a PC game, it's now coming to console. It looked okay, it was interesting, an arcade racer with F1 cars. Looked like a combination of F1 with Wipeout, bit of roll cage. It was alright. Then they had Assassin's Creed Syndicate, which I have to say looks amazing. I'm really gutted that I'm crap at stealth games and I've never been able to get into the Assassin's Creed games because I really want to play Syndicate. I love the time period, the Industrial Revolution looks amazing, the characters look great, the environment looks great. I'd really, really like to get into it, but I'm absolutely useless at stealth and I'll just get frustrated, which is a shame. And they closed the Ubisoft press conference with a brand new game. An old franchise has been brought back to life by the guys in Paris and it's called Ghost Recon Wildlands. It looks absolutely stunning. Another one with the visuals of that unbelievably realistic. It's freaky as hell. I think it's a Sinaloa cartel if I remember rightly. And it's basically about these mercenary guys just going in and killing everybody and being tactical and very much along the lines of Rainbow Six and The Division. But all 3 games have their own different individual style. So yeah, absolutely brilliant. Really impressed with the Ubisoft lineup. The only thing that gutted me a little bit, I was hoping we might get a teaser trailer for Watch Dogs 2. I was really looking forward to hearing some news about that because it is a game that I'm really looking forward to now. After playing Watch Dogs 2 through for a second time recently and spending a lot of hours playing that game, I've really grown to love it despite its faults. So I'd really love to see what Watch Dogs 2 is going to be, and I was hoping we get a trailer, but we didn't. So there you go, guys. All of the trailers and gameplays are down below in the description. Please take a look, see what you think. Let me know down below what you thought of all of the games that were shown at EA and Ubisoft's press conference, because it was a pretty decent showing. In particular, check out Unravel from EA, because that is just stunningly beautiful. And of course, Star Wars Battlefront, which is just phenomenal. Phenomenal game. Can't wait to get my hands on that. It's going to be brilliant. Thank you very much for watching as always, guys. Really appreciate it. Stick with me for the E3 coverage at 2 o'clock. It's now 12:30, 2 AM. Sony's on. I'll be recording that one. That probably won't be up till tomorrow, so I do apologise. But by the time it's edited, rendered, and uploaded to YouTube, I'll be in bed, so I won't have time to do it. But I will do it first thing in the morning when I get up, and I'll post that tomorrow afternoon for you. And then, of course, tomorrow we've got Nintendo and Square Enix, so I look forward to those as well. Thank you very much for watching, guys. Please remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe. I'll see you shortly with the Sony press conference.